I want to reproduce that in my own fathering that he gave you? And what are the things that maybe you've left behind?
I think in particular the openness to say, to be transparent with the kids around how you feel with them. I think at times my dad struggled a little bit with it, but he was probably more able to talk to me than what his father ever spoke to him. So you kind of see this, gradual transition between my grandfather to my father in terms of what they were capable of being able to do, and just even being able to discuss things about my life. And we came into conflict. I think that's a very common thing with father to son at certain periods of their life where particularly you don't necessarily want to accept that there are aspects of yourself that reflect your father, but there are other things that you do. My father's an incredibly kind and generous man, and I certainly want to be able to, and I try to carry that through as well. I think something that he was very good at was saying yes to things. I think he often feels like he didn't spend enough time with us growing up. During the 80s, it's a very kind of a time where there's high expectations for men in terms of their working hours and their ability to, to crawl up corporate ladders and things like that. In fact, for a good portion of my upbringing, we were actually in Papua New Guinea because my father took a role over there. So the first 5, 6 years of my life we were actually in Papua New Guinea. So that was quite a formative experience, and that's something that I want to be able to provide to my sons as well, as an adventure somewhere that helps them to see how big the world is. So yeah, I think certainly kindness, openness, and things like that. It's funny, like I think when you asked me that question, I think about when he tried to sit down and give me the talk. That's every son cringes at the of that time in his life. But you know what? And as terrible as his attempt was, like it was just completely useless. It didn't help me at all. But at least he tried it. And that's kind of something that I really do give him credit for. So transparency, kindness, generosity, they're the kind of things that I want to be able to pass to my kids and to be as a father.